Hello, my name is Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on my goals. I'm still setting up some pages, as you can see, a whole blank page, but we're going to do that today. So stay tuned. All right, so I am still in need of getting my goal pages finished. So I've done the pages you've seen. I just did this page right before coming on to film this. I had to kind of organize in my mind how I wanted to have my goals trackable and usable to me. So, we had done that one form, which was the brain dump. This I did based on the time frame. So this was done based on what needed to be done either annually or by the end of the year. This is what needs to be done within 6 months, month, week, daily. So my daily list is kind of short only because I am really focusing on doing all of it whenever I can. So I'll have a schedule for when I need to do certain things, but it's always going to be in the forefront of my mind. What I put in my daily circle was pretty much the things I more need to focus on, which kind of relate to like my lettering and cutting down sugar and so forth. So I've broken it out. I have listed a few items just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, how I'm thinking of using it. So now what I'm going to create today is my quarterly check-in and review. And then that's going to be based on kind of both forms together. The brain dump of goals plus this time frame. So we're going to do that today. So let me get on my paper. And we're going to start this. I'm going to just kind of tuck this off to the side. And so, of course, I have all of my highlighters, and I've got some stickers from Planner Babe, and then just some things I'm going to need. So what I'm going to do, the stickers are purely for decoration. Because I'm going to approach things a little bit differently, I decided just to use these for decoration and really rely on my highlighters to give me what I need to focus in on something. So I chose all the colors from the goals brain dump summary page. So I'm going to be using these based on what they are. And then there'll be times when maybe there won't be something that I need to check off. So you'll see what I mean as I start to develop the page. So let me go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to just kind of freeform this. I'm going to look at my goal summary. So we have finance. I'm going to organize my colors. We have finance, purple, health. I need to make this one, even though it's more of like a light teal, I need to make it blue because I don't have a light teal color. So this is, personal development, wish list, other, and then business. Okay. I'm going to try and keep those in the, order that I have them. And plus, I don't know, where you are, but we here where I am are going through a weekend-long snowstorm. So we're getting tons of snow. So you may hear some shoveling in the background. My husband's out shoveling. So in case you hear a noise, that's what it is. All right, so here's my marker colors. I've got my stickers, which again, I'm going to just kind of push those up just a little bit more. I'm going to bring over my ruler. We're going to use that. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Down the left side, I'm going to start with the color box that relates to the topic, the goal topic. I'll say goal topic. And so I'm going to start with that because that's kind of going to define the right side of the page. So let's do, okay, so this will be my header. And I didn't pre-pencil in anything. So I'm thinking, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The only thing I did do is I did count my squares. Or I should say accounted for my squares. And I don't know how big these need to be necessarily. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to not make this side line so big. I'm gonna leave this side open until I know for sure how much I need. Okay, so there's one. Then we're gonna jump right into 2. So I'm just gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And kind of, you know, it's not gonna be perfect as you saw in that other form. It wasn't in a perfect format. This is literally to get this down, get started. And I'm gonna see if, when the quarter ends, if this works for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I may find that I need to address goals in a different format. But I think this is going to start me off. So we're only gonna do quarter 1 today. And of course, as you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter 1 consists of January through March. And let's see, blue or light teal, 2, 3, 4. And this one is going to be kind of small, so I'm not overly worried about this one. This is the other category, which wasn't, dire. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All I want to do is kind of keep consistency with the colors throughout my plans so that visually I just recognize it quicker. Okay, and then this is business, which really this one's probably going to be, much bigger, or should be much bigger. Okay, so what I want to do now is create, so I need, and again, this is just an idea. It may work, it may not work. All right, so I'm going to use my micron, and I need about, I may give myself more space in the box because what I'm going to do is a grid. It doesn't need to be that big. So let me start getting some lines in here, and I think I'll extend that box. So as you can see, it's not, there's nothing that's pre-formatted or, I'm not worrying about that. This is purely to track, see if this works for me. Let's see, do I have everything? Oop, I need one more. Almost messed that up. Let me just get myself one more here. Okay. Now we can kind of close this in. I can tidy up those lines using my gel pen, which you've probably seen me do before. I'm just going to kind of box this off. I'm going to have to tidy that up too. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's extend the box out just so it finishes that off. Okay, so we have our green. And I'm going to go this way now. Usually when I'm working with something new, especially when it comes to gold, and you don't know what's going to work, I don't overly worry about what it looks like. For me, it's more about the functionality of it. And of course, if you use highlighters, it always makes it more fun, right? This year, I'm trying to work on, you know, keeping things functional while obtaining and achieving those goals. And I've got a hefty list going, so I'm going to need to do a lot of work. All right, so then we have, and I probably could have made them just a smidge bigger, but it leaves me room for something I'm thinking of, which I'll show you. This one's a really dark one. I'm trying to be light-handed about it, but it's a dark one. All right, and then this. All right. Oops. So we're gonna do, so this is going to be, I'm gonna put my header in. We have Q1. And because I need to put a header here, I'm going to write smaller there. Okay, so we're going to do daily, weekly, monthly, semi-annually, and then annually. Okay, let me use my pen now for something I just need to write smaller. So over here is going to be notes. And then I'm going to put over here January through March 2024. And again, if you have watched my videos, you know that I tend to not like put a date on my forms, and then it really just messes things up. So now I'm going to go back to my micron because I want to put in a line that closes off each box. And let's see, this is purple. I could have used stickers, but again, because this wasn't something I pre-sketched out or knew exactly how I wanted to do, I just let it be so that I wasn't creating stickers where I have to pull them up, take them off, you know, that kind of thing. I was just trying to make it simplified, keeping it with the color. All right, so now I have this, I have notes. Let me tidy up. Grab my number 10 gel pen. I mean, these aren't terrible. I'm just trying to make it look nicer a little bit. It bugs me that these lines are here in the boxes, but again, I'm going to see if this works. This is about functionality. So, all right. Now, so here's what I'm thinking. For each goal area, which I've already established on my goal summary brain dump, I can now list what I need to do. So let me pick one, and then let me show you how I'm thinking. So let me go to I'm looking at my schedule that I had out from before. I'm going to choose a semi-easy one, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's pull, oop, that doesn't go there. Let's pull out, I'm looking to see which one I want to pull out. Okay, so pink. Let me pull this out. I'm going to do, actually I'm going to do a dot instead, just so it doesn't make too much of a mess. So if I needed to know for sure, I can go back in with my pen on the side, or I could even do it in the small area up here. It depends on how you want to do it. I can put, so this is supposed to be health. Okay, so under health, I needed to, let's see, I'm going to put, okay, so for example, and this is how I'm going to do it for all of them. So let me define this just a little bit more, just so I know where my header is. So my thought process was, I'm going to go through and I'm going to list out the things that, the goals that I needed to do within the first quarter. And then I can organize, it's organized by color. I can reference this and I can follow it through all my whole goal packet. And then I'm going to use the highlighter. So this here under health, I want to, lift arm weights, and I have designated to do it 3 times per week. So in this case, it's going to be kind of crunched together, meaning if I'm doing it 3 times a week, times 4 weeks, times 3 months, obviously there's not enough room in there to, write or dot or anything. Suppose I could dot it, but then I can't do anything else. So my thought process was I would at least have this listed as weekly, and I would just highlight it. And then let me find, because again, this is per week. So although it's daily, it's happening daily, it's only happening on 3 days a week. Okay, so let me find, oops, put this back. Let me find another one that I can do something else with. Let's see. I'm looking at my list. I have, of course, a little list to help me out. So also, okay, we all know this. We all need to do it, I'm going to be creating a form for this or a page, but I haven't done it yet. So under here, so this is going to be finance. Okay, under finance, I designated that I needed to stick to my planner budget and not buy over. So okay. So to kind of drill down on this, so my goal was to stick to my planner budget. So what I will have to do in order to track that and make sure is I will be creating an extra page for it. So that will be my steps. I will be able to track my expenses for it, make sure, and so forth. Now, this particular one is I'm looking at my notes. Okay. So this is something that I wanted to come back to and check in on weekly. So I am going to put on this one, I'll put a highlight under weekly as well. So although it relates to annually, sticking to my budget, whatever my budget was for annually, I'm going to reference back to it every week, and I need to track it every week. So these columns really are for, do I need to do it on that cycle? And then, oops, did I do it? So that's what that's for. Let me see if I can get you another one that I can put. Okay, let's do that. So then there is, let me just write all these in. So this is personal. And let's see, blue is development. Okay, and then we have teal, which is wish list. Now, the next box is the other box, which, as you recall, it was kind of like those things that if I had not thought about it at the time, I don't anticipate writing much in here. I probably could have made it a lot smaller than it is, the box I mean, but for now it'll work. And then, of course, business, because business is going to be much bigger. And business is going to be something where I have to really hone down on what can I accomplish in the quarter and list that in here. Because obviously, you know, I have more business goals than anything else. So that said, let me do... let's see. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go through and dot these, oops, just so that I have them in there, because obviously at some point I got to go back and fill them in anyway, so I might as well do them now. I can do one more here. This is, you know, as I keep saying, it is purely I guess if this is going to work, if it's going to be usable, I may have to change it. Clearly I'm going to try and stick with it, but we'll see how it goes. We'll do check-ins. All right, so the next thing I was going to show you was, so let me make a comment about health. So with the weights, it's 3 times per week, but in a way it's sort of daily as well. So that's the difficult part. Let's see. I'm looking for one. Okay, so under personal, I put down to clear the clutter. So we have like a small, it's a very small room, but I have kind of taken it over for all things crafting and planner supplies that either I don't use regularly, I want to hold on to, and then kind of a little bit of everything else. So in this instance, I need to clear the clutter out of that room. I went in there the other day to get something and I just, you know, I'm sidestepping things. And so that is one of my goals. Now that is a goal that although I need to work on it periodically throughout the year, it really is something where by the end of the year is when it's due. Now this is a quarterly check-in. So, you know, when I go through this and I look at it, excuse me, I'm going to see that it's due annually, but if time permits, I'm going to go in there and start working on this. So I may finish it within the quarter or I may not. So, you know, this is really more to keep them in my mind. And then if you remember in the, let me show you quickly. I had set up my work prep planner. I'll show you this because I haven't really done anything in it because, well, it's a prep planner. So let me just pull open March. Okay, so in my goals packet or month, so I'm using the Girl with Goals, I think is what it was called, packet. And it has all these variety of pages. Right after the month, so it doesn't have a currently page. I mean, the upcoming projects page is kind of a currently page, and when you think about things you want to achieve, your goals, that makes total sense to me. You have your month. Right after your month, you have your goals and top priority list. So within each month, I have 2 goal spaces. Now, there's more goals that I need to do and that I need to work on. So I may convert this box, or I may break these boxes in half so I can at least get maybe 2 more, so for a total of 4. But what I would be doing basically is pulling this out each month, and I would say, okay, well, whatever is marked as monthly, absolutely, in this quarter, if I needed to do it, I need to put it here. And, and it's for a month, so it's going to be something that if I think I can finish in the month, I'll put this here, or put it here. So that's where I'll start with it. And then the other ones that I'll do will go into here based on if I can achieve it, if I have the time to do it that month, or if, let's say we're now into the 4th quarter, it's getting on and I need to get it done. Then it's going to end up on this page. I then also have this top priority list, which I have 5 extra pages or boxes to work with. So that I really like because this kind of gives me a goal spread. And whatever I don't do here, I can do here. And I'm thinking at this point, what's going to go here are any business goals. And then over here will be any other goals. So that's kind of my thought process with this whole achieving my goals this year, which are quite long, especially for business. And really honing in on that. Okay, I had to get those put back together. So this is what I'm thinking for my first quarter. I'm going to bring my planner back over here so that you can see it all together, because I don't need to have it not in the planner to decorate it. So I am going to put, to finish up, just a few extra decorations. I'm going to move all of these things out of the way. And I think probably at this point I may use the mini book, just because. So if you remember, everything is very colorful. I'm using the Planner Babe as kind of that vibe. So, I pulled the colors. I've got the colors in Planner Babe. And so I'm just kind of going to stick with it. So all I'm going to do is just pull out a few fun, and of course I know I'm going to go to the discs because that's the first thing I always go to. And there's some of them, but as you can see, I'm getting low on those. I'm just going to take a peek. I've been wanting to use these washi strips too. So maybe what I'll do is I will grab, I'm going to mark this page. I am going to grab, I think, this washi strip. This one seems pretty good to size-wise to grab. Get my tweezers. And I'm going to put this right up top here. Oops. It's sticking to me. All right. I think that's pretty even. And let's grab a small one for the bottom, just for fun. Now, after this first quarter goes by, and and again, during the month, I'll be doing that assessment because that extension pack that I'm using will allow me to do that. So I'll be assessing along the way. So I really won't have a whole lot here probably to write, but I still wanted to have it there. So let's see if I have a color. I'm hoping green, purple. I don't have pink. blue, that'll work, teal, darker, and then there's orange. So I don't have one for two of them, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one for each, and I am going to put it here. And let's see, purple, and then I'm gonna tidy this up just a smidge more. I'm gonna have to go digging for a pink one. Blue is here. I know I have other ones, so I'll just have to kind of locate them. And then teal, oh, teal, almost grabbed the same color again. And then this darker color. Gosh, I love these discs. I wish they would come out with a whole book of them. I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it because I love it. Okay, and I don't have gray. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me pull this back out again, because what I'm going to do is grab my micron and my ruler again. And I am going to finish the line to the disc for each row, minus the ones I don't have yet. And then the purple. Blue. And then the last one, because again, I gotta find, and I may have to use a different color for the gray. I'm pretty sure there's no gray discs, so I may have to change that color to something else. So it looks weird now, right? So let me just go put this line across to approximately where I think it'll be. Okay. And I'll leave the last one open. All right, so there we go. So now in my Frankenplanner, I've got a whole goal packet that started with this page. It went into this page, which I still have to do, my summary page, my, I'm not sure what you want to call it. I would say my grid page. And then this tells me what I needed to focus on by the time frame. That kind of just helps me to know and understand what needs to be done weekly, or I should be. So if it's weekly, absolutely, I've got to add it into that goal section. And then this here's my quarterly review. I will be filling this in and then, you know, putting my colors where they need to be based on daily, weekly, monthly, semi-annually, and annually. And then this will be my review section, which isn't very big, but I think I can make it work for the first quarter. This, you know, sometimes the first quarter, especially in January, is pretty hectic, at least for me. I am catching up on all the things I couldn't do in December. You know, you're busy with the holidays. So January for me is usually pretty busy. I have already accomplished a few of the goals on the business end of it. So I'm glad about that. I can check that off, and, you know, that'll get done here. But, you know, this again is just a test. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to go with this for now. And, you know, I'm going to just see how it works. So there you have it. I hope I have, it's crooked. I hope I have inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you create a beautiful life one plan at a time. Thank you for watching.